Okay, here we are today at Coffee Republic for the Community News Cafe, the weekly Community News Cafe. I've got with me founder of Citizens Eye, Mr. John Costa.
Good morning, how are you?
Bit of retaliation here, John. You've just interviewed me about the use of mobile technology for audio boo.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you pretty similar things. Can you tell us what you think have been the most important things about mobile technology that you've used in the development of Citizens Eye?
Well, it's interesting actually because I think Citizens Eye is 5 years old now, so the technology's changed in the 5 years that we've been running that. I mean, it's a WordPress blog, and it's powered by like YouTube and Flickr and Twitter and Audioboo now as well. But I think it was very much, we were based in the library. We were using library computers. UK online centres were in full swing then, and mobile phones were more about using texting and stuff like that. And then smartphones came along, and we just kind of went down the Apple route, if you like. We had an iPhone 3. I remember using the Nokia N95 first, which was fantastic. And I think the more that you can use things like 3G, but also things like Wi-Fi, it allows you to live stream. So we can live stream through the phone you're holding now as well on like Ustream and Bambuser. And I think we've not even begun to scratch the surface yet that the ability of mobile technology has to include people in things. And I think in particular, a comment you made a minute ago on Audioboo about how people still seem to think that mobile phone technology and smartphones and stuff are about capturing big events like meteors or protests and stuff like that. Whereas for me, I think the real value of social media, particularly around things like Facebook, Twitter, and using live streaming, is for people that are housebound or because of disabilities or can't get involved in things that are carers, and they're missing meetings and not getting the information that what is a real mobile phone community reporting hero? I don't know. Is that someone who sits there and live streams an event that gives information about benefit changes rather than someone who captures an EDL protest? I don't know. I think that debate is yet to be had.
One thing I was particularly drawn to Citizens Eye about was the fact that you always seem to make a connection with the lowest common denominator technology. Do you think that's important in democratising people being able to use this to get their stories out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think government, whether that's local or national, has used technology to further divide people rather than include people. I think we tend to accentuate the negatives of the internet, sexual grooming, paedophiles, that kind of stuff. But we tend to ignore the stories around people being able to be included, the inclusive side of Facebook. People having technologies on there where there's groups around people that have got disabilities being able to connect for the first time, even though they can't get out of the house. And I think what happens then is we're back to do you have 3G? Do you have 4G? Can you afford the technology? Have we really discovered the real true value of things like FaceTime or Google Hangouts, things like that, for bringing people together from an educational point of view? And I think the more that local authority services are cut as well, so there's not someone you can go and speak to. We had this whole issue then with outsourcing things to overseas countries where maybe you might not be able to understand the operator if you were an older person in the UK. Whereas now it's go online and complete this consultation, go online and complete this. Well, if libraries are being cut and that's the only place where there's free computers, not just free Wi-Fi, it's about the actual technology for some people. Again, it's another way of dividing stuff, and I think it's really important that when you go onto Citizens Eye,